So let me describe a few scenarios in the future. I like to sort of use some examples from people around me in the book. I hope they don't mind actually that I've put them in these future roles. But maybe I'll take the case of my daughter. My daughter Hannah, she's 15 right now, and she's a real Asiaphile. She was actually born in Hong Kong. I joke she's made in China. But I could see her in the future maybe moving to Japan or Korea or one of these Asian centers because she just loves that culture. And she, right now, is starting to decide on her future career, and she's got a real promising future as an artist. She's very gifted in that respect. So I can see her working, but working in sort of more of a gigging economy type format that we're starting to see emerge. For the millennials, the Gen Ys, they appear to be the most entrepreneurial of their generation, of the most recent generations. And we're seeing an increase in the number of them that run their own businesses and work part-time. Companies like Uber and Airbnb and 99 Designs and others like this enable this sort of gigging economy to thrive, where people can work during the day or of an evening in the job that earns them the money, but then they can pick their passion projects, their career that they're passionate about, and experiment with this over time. So I think that this is going to be more of a model that we see emerging. So I imagine Hannah in the future in this scenario where maybe she's living in Japan, say in 10 or 12 years' time. She works for a digital agency building virtual ad technology. So the sort of ads that you would see pop up in your field of vision when you walked into a retail store, or maybe concept ads that would, if you allow them through your filter and your smart glasses, would enable you to see promotion for a new movie played out in front of you in cinematic reality, and a form of augmented reality. So she might do this as her day job. I imagine her waking up in the morning, maybe having a sluggish morning, telling her personal AI, Albert, which is built into her smart device, her smartphone, into her home. She wants to sleep for another 10 minutes and, can you close the curtains again? And then, as she gets up, she can see a smart display on a mirror with her calendar ahead, one of her 9:30 appointment flashing in red because she's running behind schedule. And so she asks her Albert AI, personal AI, to reschedule that appointment for a bit later. And so she lives in this world where digital interactions are common. She knows exactly how long it's going to take her to get from point A to point B. This is a known science, whether it's a combination of a public transportation network using a hyperloop or a fast train, or using pods to go from stations to particular destinations, sort of small smart vehicles. She knows exactly how long that transportation is going to take. And then I imagine my daughter maybe as a freelance artist, maybe doing something like digital tattoo artwork. In the future we can imagine that just like much of the rest of the world, tattoo technology might be digitized. We might have a tattoo on our body that can be programmed based on smart e-ink that's embedded under the skin, or maybe lasers that can burn on a tattoo from a design that we have on a computer rather than being done by hand. And I can imagine that if my daughter has this bit of a following that she's built up in the social world, that she might pop up into a store to make these appearances from time to time with a pop-up retail environment, but she wouldn't have a permanent shop. So this is the type of dynamic retail environment and dynamic employment situations that are increasingly going to be common in the future. It's a different model. Our kids are going to have 10 jobs or 15 jobs by the time they've been working for 10 years. But it's this ability to pursue their passion that is going to come out. They're going to have these jobs that give them the rent and help them live, and they're going to have the ability to pursue these passion. In many economies, we're going to start to see, as we've recently seen in Finland and some of the Nordic regions, them explore a living wage as a basic social construct so that unemployment is not going to be a major factor in the future. Of course, this could be quite controversial in an economy like the United States, where they're debating minimum wage right now. A living wage could be an issue. But I think the way we work, the way we school, it's going to be changed. The kids of the future, are they going to see ROI, return on investment, from a college degree? Maybe they'll all be hackers, hacking their way through jobs and employment and work, learning on the go, learning in a collaborative environment. There's definitely potential for pretty dramatic change in the way we think about this future from an employment and work perspective. For the generation that's growing up today, they're going to definitely put their own slant on this, and they're definitely not going to pursue careers for the sake of careers. We're going to find them much more doing the jobs they have to do to make a living, but pursuing the things they really enjoy doing and experiencing life every day.